10 schreckliche Vince McMahon-Regeln, die Triple H in der WWE für immer gekillt hat, ebenfalls von WrestleMania. Schauen wir uns das mal an. Was es da für 10 schreckliche Vince McMahon-Regeln gab. Link wie immer in der Beschreibung zu diesem Video.
Trying to do what's right for the business.
10 Vince McMahon things that Triple H.
Haben die einen neuen Sprecher oder was? Also ich kenne den Kanal schon etwas länger, aber haben die einen neuen Sprecher jetzt oder wie?
Killed off in WWE. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. Number 10, making legends feel inferior. Now whilst Vince McMahon often liked to use legends on
schau dir das Video an, warum Hulk Hogan gehasst wird, dann versteht ihr meine Reaktion.
WWE programming, with WWE hosting nights such as Legends Night and McMahon even putting legends in featured programs, it was a common consensus that McMahon didn't give them the respect that they deserved backstage. Thankfully, under Triple H's leadership, this has vastly changed. The legends, when they visit WWE, are treated with respect and love, and Triple H insists that the...
Ja, das war auch was. Also, dass irgendwelche Legenden auftauchen bei Vince McMahon, die aber nicht wirklich so behandelt werden, wie sie es eigentlich verdient haben, ist schon ein No-Go. Und dass es sich bei Triple H jetzt hier geändert hat, war schon überfällig.
The modern roster acknowledged the work of the stars of yesteryear. Former WWE European Champion X-Pac confirmed how well Triple H treats legends during an interview with Sports Illustrated. We get treated so well regarding recent appearance. That wasn't always the way it was. There's been times over the years I've seen older wrestlers so disappointed that they weren't even acknowledged. It's a big deal to us. This was our life, so it means the world to be treated the way we're treated. Being at Raw, I loved it. I was telling my wife this, even people I wasn't close with back in the day, I'm so happy to see them now. Now the game has even gone out of his way to make amends with former enemies such as Scott Steiner and CM Punk, and it's clear that Triple H believes that no bridge is truly burnt when it comes to WWE. Number 9, longer PLEs. Vince McMahon was obsessed with stacking pay-per-views from top to bottom with matches. This had some positives as it allowed a range of talent to receive pay-per-view time and a pay-per-view payday. However, certain pay-per-views lasted for an eternity, and nothing was given the opportunity to be memorable due to the sheer length of the pay-per-view runtime.
Boah, wenn ich überlege, wie lang diese Pay-per-Views waren, mit nichts gefüllt. Das hat sich schon gebessert, das stimmt schon.
This is the complete opposite approach that Triple H takes, as pay-per-views, now referred to as premium live events, only feature a few matches, and this allows matches appropriate time to make a statement. Whilst it's understandable why the game likes this formula, it hasn't been perfect and has received some criticism. Triple H rarely deviates away from this model, and this means that certain matches that should take place on a PLE match card end up taking place on Raw and SmackDown. Additionally, titles such as the tag titles have just become afterthoughts, as they haven't even been defended on a single PLE since WrestleMania 40.
Stimmt. Der Tag Team Title wurde seit WrestleMania 41 gar nicht mehr verteidigt bei einer PLE. Ja, es ist etwas her, ne? Und dann kommt Tony Khan, 2 Stunden Zero Hour und 4 Stunden Hauptshow. Super.
And this is due to the limited match cards on the PLE events. With PLEs breaking records left, right and center, it's unlikely that this is going to change anytime soon, and the only events that the game will break away from this booking pattern will be WrestleMania events, as well as other 2-night PLEs such as the upcoming SummerSlam show. Number 8, the 24/7 title. Now the 24/7 title was introduced in
24/7 Title ist der größte Rotz, also wie so eine Temo-Version vom Hardcore-Titel. Es ist so ein sieht auch scheiße aus, das Ding.
2019, and it was designed to bring some raw excitement to Monday nights. Even though the title has had some fun segments and moments over the years, WWE eventually lost interest, and it was reported that the infamous title was never mentioned in creative meetings. One of Triple H's first acts as head of WWE Creative was to retire the title immediately, as hilariously Nikki Cross would attempt to dump the title in a trash can, which was certainly symbolic, as it was Triple H basically telling the audience what he really thought of the title, even though she missed the pin completely. Number 7, scripting the commentary team. Now, Vince McMahon loved to micromanage his announce team. It was common knowledge that McMahon directed traffic through a headset, and he was even said to scream down the headset whenever a commentator said something he didn't like. Now, this style of management was very hard on commentators, and it led to numerous names quitting the position over the years.
Also, stell dir mal vor, du bist ein Kommentator und da kommt einfach das raus, was gerade dir in den Sinn kommt. Ja, du hast natürlich ein paar so Dinge, die du sagen sollst, aber dass so ein Vince McMahon ständig dir im Ohr ist, dich anschreit oder sonst irgendwas, weil ihm irgendwas nicht passt, ist schon hart nervig und glaube ich, das drückt auch deine Leistung erheblich, was du da am Kommentar bringst.
Yet Michael Cole continued on and did his best under extreme difficult working conditions. One of the first things Triple H did was give his commentary team more freedom, and the quality of the commentary output in WWE vastly improved overnight. Cole, as well as other commentators, began to call the product with love and passion.
Beim Kommentar ist halt einfach so, du sprichst einfach das aus, was dir gerade in den Kopf kommt. Und wenn dir da jemand ständig dazwischen funkt oder du das Gefühl hast, auf Eierschalen zu kommentieren, das ist halt scheiße. Und das merkt man auch.
And the commentary has quite rightly received rave reviews. Cole himself has spoken at length about how happy he is under Triple H's management, and this is what the WWE veteran had to say during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show. I think that freedom has really allowed the superstars, and I know for me and I know for Pat as well, has allowed us to be more entertaining, to be more relaxed, to be able to sit back and enjoy this product as a fan. Also, who knows characters better than the character? Seth Rollins knows his character better than anyone on the planet, so why not allow him to be able to bring that character forward? I've seen everything in this business for nearly 30 years. I've never had as much fun as I've had the last couple of years, not only working with you, but working with Paul Levesque. Now, it's wonderful to hear that Cole is having so much fun in his job, and he's a name that firmly deserves all the love and appreciation he's been receiving over the past few years, and no doubt a future Hall of Famer. Number 6, alienating the international audience. One of the most frustrating elements of being a WWE fan when Vince McMahon was around the company was that he mainly focused on the US market. Whilst WWE would deliver European tours.
Also jetzt mal Real Talk. Ich glaube, unter Vince McMahon hätte sowas wie Bash in Berlin oder Money in the Bank in England oder A Clash in Paris hätte es nie gegeben. Nie. Siehst ja selber, gibt es vielleicht mal diese Live-Tour. Was ist ein Live-Tour? Ja? Da gehst du hin, um die Wrestler mal zu sehen, aber gute Matches kannst du da auch nicht verlangen. Ja? Ich werde auch mal noch mal zu einer Live-Tour irgendwo in Deutschland gehen, aber einfach nur, um die Leute zu sehen. Ganz ehrlich, weil wer da gute Matches erwartet, der ist da fehl am Platz. Aber wer zahlst du auch nur, keine Ahnung, 80 Euro und keine 400, was ich jetzt in London bezahlt habe für Raw mittendrin.
An international PLE was simply out of the question outside of a few pre-selected nations, but thankfully in 2022 this all changed. Nick Khan and Triple H wanted to focus on expanding and rewarding the international market, and since then there have been major events in countries such as England, Wales, Scotland, France and Germany, just to name a few. Premium live events taking place overseas is now a yearly staple, and this makes it incredibly exciting to be an international.
Die ganzen großen Europa-Events werden nie geschehen, aber eine Tour durch Saudi-Arabien ist so. Ist so. Und ich sag dir, Bash in Berlin war einfach nur geil. Ja, Bash in Berlin war einfach nur geil. Ich war bei SmackDown am Tag zuvor. War auch gut. Aber das ganze Feeling, bei einem PLE zu sein, auch noch in Deutschland, das war noch was viel anderes. Das war einfach mega. Ich hoffe, die kommen wieder zurück. Und die Crowds außerhalb der USA sind einfach, ist so. Gerade in Europa oder England sticht schon sehr heraus.
WWE fan. These events do amazing numbers for WWE, and according to Khan during an interview with World Congress of Sports, international PLEs are here to stay. We sat down together a few years ago and decided so the big 5 premium live events should be in the US or Canada. All of the other events, the goal is to have them in international locations. There have been calls to have a WrestleMania event overseas, and with the 2026 Royal Rumble taking place in Saudi Arabia, this doesn't seem far-fetched. Number 5, a ban on independent bookings. A WWE contracted wrestler working in another promotion under Vince McMahon would have been highly unlikely. However, under Triple H, it's now become more common.
Das ganze Wochenende, es war einfach andere Stimmung, es war einfach alles voller Wrestling-Fans. Es war einfach nur geil. Und das ist Independent Bookings. Das hätte es auch unter Vince McMahon nie gegeben, weil die sind, ja, was hat man jetzt alles? Shinsuke Nakamura war zum Beispiel bei Pro Wrestling Noah, oder? Bei Game Changer Wrestling sind öfters mal WWE-Stars. Pete Dunne war da letztens sogar gebuckt. Ich finde das toll. Oder das genau, Ludwig Kaiser bei WXW, klar, finde ich super.
Triple H allows his talent to work dates outside of WWE under certain circumstances, and due to Triple H working with promotions such as Noah and even TNA, WWE wrestlers are showing up in
Da Shinsuke Nakamura, Pro Wrestling Noah, habe ich so gesagt.
promotions all over the world. And Triple H has realized that allowing wrestlers to do this doesn't just keep them happy, it also helps other promotions, which can come in handy when looking at signing new talent. Cutting off other promotions is easily done, but it's always easier and healthier to have some type of working relationship with these companies. Triple H even agreed to have TNA talent in the 2024 Rumble, and hearing the WWE commentary team talk openly about TNA storylines and lore was truly groundbreaking. Number 4. Sporadic booking. Long-term storytelling is something that Triple H thrives himself on. Triple H loves to tell stories over a period of months or even years, and whilst Triple H did deliver some long-term storytelling, a lot of his storylines seem sporadic and just thrown together. In fact, it was often said that McMahon would rewrite the show hours before it was set to go live, and some weeks McMahon would be rewriting the show as it was in progress. Speaking to Variety in 2023, the game outlined his way of booking the WWE product, and it made for a fascinating read. Vince was always thinking long term. Whether it gets executed that way or whether it wasn't, I didn't know. But for me, it's how I think because it was how I was taught by him. I'm always trying to think about the long-term storyline. I was at SummerSlam and one of the first things I talked to the team about is, okay, where do we want to go for WrestleMania? What's that goal? Obviously it's going to change, but what's the target goal? It's like a GPS. Whilst extended storylines don't appeal to everyone.
Gut, aber das Booking von Triple H ist auch nicht so das Beste teilweise. Ne? Ich sag bloß Alexa Bliss. Da passiert irgendwie auch nichts, ne?
There's no questioning the game's success in this area with storylines such as the Bloodline Saga and Cody Rhodes finishing his story. Number 3. Banned words. Now the list of words that Vince McMahon banned his wrestlers and commentators from saying was endless. Words such as belt and even wrestling would land a talent in hot water, and they would even receive a fine for saying the specific word. Thankfully, this bizarre and outdated...
Das ist dasselbe eigentlich wieder. Du hast so eine richtig lange Liste von irgendwelchen Wörtern, die du nicht sagen kannst, wie Gürtel oder Wrestling, ja, und dann sollst du irgendwie eine Promo halten, die, wenn du Glück hast, mal nicht geskriptet ist und hältst sie wieder auf Eierschalen, weil was machst du, wenn dieses Wort rausrutscht, auf einmal bist du bei Vince McMahon wieder in Ungnade gefallen, weil du Wrestling gesagt hast und oder Gürtel statt Championship-Titel, weil Gürtel hält dir deine Hose nach oben. Ja.
Dated rule has been abolished as Triple H has allowed his talent to say whatever they like, within reason of course. Limiting the vocabulary of wrestlers and commentators did nothing but harm the product, and at times it was more than obvious that a promo or sentence was directly from McMahon himself, and this lack of authenticity was a massive hindrance to the product. Number 2. Breaking kayfabe. Now only under set circumstances would Vince McMahon allow his talent to break kayfabe. McMahon kept this approach for decades, and to his credit, this was something that fans never took issue with. Under Triple H, elements of kayfabe are scaled back, and it was presented on Raw on the Netflix premiere that WWE was strictly a show and fans were watching a scripted spectacle. The opening to Raw on Netflix featured phrases such as heel and face, and to hear these words said openly led to fans having a mixed response. The game would address WWE doing this on the post-Raw press conference, saying, "The reaction seems like we did a good job with it. That was the intent, to capture the emotion and let people know we're not hiding what we do." I saw a lot of chatter from the people saying, "Oh my god, they said heel and face and shoot and work in one promo. We're not hiding what we do, that's what we do." To be honest, I think most of the world understands those terms and they've almost transcended our business. It is what it is, people know what we are. We talk about it, we're not insulting anybody's intelligence. We're an art form, absolutely an art form that captures people's emotions. We don't take ourselves as seriously as most of the other people take us. It was all part of trying to capture that and say, if you've watched, watch this, and hopefully we'll honor what you love. If you never watched this, watch this. We'll explain to you what we are. That was the attempt.
Hat auch völlig
Triple H
recht.
makes a compelling point. However, there's a portion of the fanbase that likes to see kayfabe kept intact at all times.
Ich find's geil, wenn man immer nicht so wirklich weiß, ob das jetzt wirklich eine Promo im Kayfabe war oder ob da viel Privates drinsteckt. Ich finde es geil, wenn diese Grenzen also komplett vermischen und man sich fragt, ob das jetzt wirklich so im Skript stand oder das jetzt ein wirklicher Ausraster. Ich mag das völlig, wo man dann so wirklich überlegt und diskutiert, ob das, wie viel Echtes jetzt da drin steckt, wie viel die Promo jetzt ist oder sonst irgendwas. Wisst ihr, was ich meine?
And that's completely understandable. And number one, mass micromanagement. One of the things that was detrimental to the WWE product, particularly during Vince's final few years in charge, was his habit of micromanaging talent in every aspect. Whether it be promos or matches, McMahon took ownership of every aspect, and all areas of WWE programming suffered as a result. Virtually every promo,
Wie Batista da gespuckt hat, ne?
unless you were named such as Cena, was scripted, and wrestlers weren't allowed to deviate in any way from the scripted material. And this is why promos often felt completely flat, as it was being written by a 70-year-old man who was definitely out of touch with the outside world. Triple H realized this early on during his takeover at WWE, that talent needed to be given freedom, and that the micromanagement style needed to be abolished in favor of a sportive, cooperative environment. Talent were given freedom to get over, and there's not been a better example of this than Drew McIntyre. McIntyre's promo work since Triple H took over has been world class, and the man himself discussed this very topic during an appearance on the Masked Man show. The creative environment with WWE, Triple H kind of leading the charge. This is freedom that feels like I've never felt before. To truly go all the way now, and you can see so many different people, guys and girls across the board finding themselves. And we got so many superstars now. The show doesn't revolve around the same 2 or 3 people. This is without a doubt a key factor in the WWE product booming since the game took over. And this is an approach that McMahon could have easily taken. That's if he just let his stubbornness go in favor of creating a superior WWE product.
Vince McMahon ist einfach, kennt ihr diese Leute auf der Arbeit, denen du irgendwas zeigst, wie es viel besser funktioniert und dann als Antwort zurückkommt, das haben wir schon immer so gemacht, wir machen das weiter so, was willst denn du von uns? Du hast doch eh keine Ahnung. Das ist Vince McMahon. Wir haben das doch schon immer so gemacht. Warum ist es auf einmal scheiße? Warum möchtest du mir jetzt sagen, wie es besser geht? Das ist Vince McMahon.
But there you have it, folks. 10
Ja, das Video war auch schon zu Ende. Ja, tolles Video. Hat mir auch sehr gut gefallen. Was haltet ihr von diesen Regeln, die von Vince McMahon, die Triple H einfach komplett eliminiert hat? Schreibt es doch mal in die Kommentare. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder.